G'day, my name's Adam Hills. Welcome to Spicks and Specks, the music quiz show that reckons MC Hammer ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Our two team captains each and every week are the hi-hat, Alan Bro, and the short stack, Miff Warhurst. It's a compliment. Alan's first guest tonight is a singer and songwriter with a unique, exotic style who plays the ukulele and claims she can eat 2 kilos of prawns in a sitting. She's just in time for our new segment, Eat a Bucket of Prawns While You Play Hawaiian Music. Please welcome LEAH FLANAGAN. Alan's second team member tonight is an Irish comedian who made his name in Australia. Australia's still not sure entirely how to spell it. Please welcome Jimeoin. This first guest tonight is a truly original singer-songwriter who is so Australian, patriotic kangaroos have been known to wave flags of him wearing a pair of boxing gloves. Please welcome John Williamson. Welcome, sir. Thanks, This final guest has done radio, TV, written films and books, still performs stand-up comedy all over the country, and with 3 kids is always on the go. You wouldn't know it to look at him. Please welcome David. There is a lovely connection between the musicians on the panel tonight because Leah, as a child, you sang in a choir, and I believe you sang the John Williamson hit "Hey True Blue."
Yeah.
Yeah. At what age? How old were you?
Maybe 6 or 7 or something like that. Really out of pitch and annoying, probably.
Wow. Because I can't sing any of your songs without actually putting on your voice. Oh. And I mean it as completely as a compliment, but if I hear that song, I just go into "Hey True Blue." Did you do that at 6?
No, I don't think my voice could actually reach that low. It'd be, "Hey, True Blue," like, you know, really annoying and like a recorder, like quiet. But, you know, just...
Oh, I hope it was accompanied by a recorder as well. Because that's the double whammy, isn't it? 6-year-olds going, "Hey, True Blue," and people go, and then someone goes,
Pretty much went like that.
No.
It's a good song to sing when you're drunk, isn't it? Have you ever done it drunk? Or?
No, I get paid to do it, so...
Do you get people walking up to you and just doing "True Blue"? If I do an impression of someone singing a song, it's the drunk person singing, it's not you.
Yeah.
It's the drunk person going "True Blue."
Come on, everyone do the impression. Hey, True Blue.
I can't do an impression of myself. I can say "Hey, True Blue."
I can...
Miff and Alan are going to pick a topic. Everybody will be quizzed on that topic. Your choices tonight are songs from the city, songs from the bush, songs from the suburbs, and songs from the sea. Miff, you can pick first.
We have to have songs from the bush.
OK, Alan?
Songs from the sea. Both those guys have come round to clean each other's pools and everything.
OK. We'll start with songs from the bush, though. Everyone on your buzzers.
Right.
Let's play Spicks and Specks. First question for 1 point. Born in 1937, which Australian bush balladeer is nicknamed Honey Voice and Gentleman Jim? Yes.
Jimmy Little.
Jimmy Little, indeed. First point of the game. Next question worth 2 points. The sheik from Scrubby Creek, Chad Morgan, continued the tradition of place names in Australian bush songs. Have a look at these 4 titles. Coober Pedy Cabana, The Psychiatrist Joy from Kingaroy, Drinkin' in Port Lincoln, and Muckin' Round in Muckadilla. Which 2 of those are Chad Morgan
Well,
songs?
I know Muckin' Around Muckadilla's his.
Yep.
Right. What else would he
I
talk
always
about?
have to say the Kingaroy one.
Really?
Yeah, I'd go with you on
Because
that
he's a
one.
Queenslander.
2 points out of 2.
Oh,
The other 2, by the way, Drinkin' in Port Lincoln is by Cold Chisel, and Coober Pedy Cabana is Col Elliott. Some of the songs about place names that haven't been written but are crying out to be include The Dork from Cape York, Everything Takes Longer in Albury Wodonga, I Left My Liver in Margaret River, She Was a Goer from Euroa, and Nobody Who Lives in Adelaide Is Ever Really Safe from Serial Killers.
When I was in Darwin, they had a drag night, and the drag artist who ran the night was called Catherine's Gorge.
That is brilliant. Was there a Cyclone Tracy? Surely.
It will be soon.
Because you're from Darwin, aren't
Yeah,
you?
my cousin's actually one of those drag queens. And
What's
he's
his name?
Foxy Empire.
Right.
Have you got a drag name?
No.
Okay.
Alan, what's yours?
Oh, well, mine's Dawn Service, but...
Does anyone down here have a...
John, drag name.
John, this is
A drag name? Oh,
Drag
no,
name.
I was thinking of, once was a tracker from Nambucca.
Something completely...
I support anything with the word Nambucca in it.
3 points on live. Your final
Okay,
question.
come on.
Name 3 of the people Slim Dusty loved to have a beer with. Yes.
well,
Duncan.
Duncan's the obvious
Yes.
one.
His wife.
No, Cole.
Yes.
Derek?
Duncan, I'd have a beer with.
Derek.
We'll have a go at something.
Yeah, go on then.
Jono, maybe?
Macca.
Shagger?
No, so far no one's got any of them.
Banger.
Bruce?
Harry.
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 No.
It's got to be a good ryming name.
Oh,
Exactly,
okay, yes.
yeah.
Duncan.
Cole. Sebastian. Derek.
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
No one has ever had a beer with Sebastian.
No, they haven't. They've had a martini and talked about cravats.
Okay, if it helps, let me go through the lyrics. I love to have a beer with Dunk, but he never, ever gets rollin' drunk. I love to have a beer with Cole. Cole always brings his doll.
What about Fred? Because he gets off his head.
No, okay,
What
no.
about that bloke from Nambucca? Because... no, there is absolutely no funny way to finish that.
Okay, the other names were Robert.
Oh.
Bob has a beer, then he's back on the job.
That's unsafe.
Patrick. Yeah, Pat doesn't mind if his beer is flat. And I love to have a drink with Kevin, because Kev drives everybody home in his Chev. So, 2 points to Miff's side at the end of that question.
Well done.
What is amazing, your voice, and even just hearing you speak, is so iconic, I suppose. Like, as soon as I hear you speak, I just go, oh, that's got to be John Williamson. Do you get recognised in public purely...
Well, when I was in Townsville recently, I walked in for a coffee, and the bloke said, "Oh, you're from New South Wales." And I said, "Well," I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You got a southern accent." I said, "Well, you got that wrong a bit because I came from northern Victoria." He says, "Well, no wonder you sound like John Williamson." I think he was having a go at me.
Well, here's what I want to ask you, because I know that your music taste is varied. You don't just listen to country.
Well, hardly at all, actually. If I write music, I just listen to the bush. I don't sort of listen to country music at all.
What do you mean, listen to the bush?
Well...
I'm not being rude, but are you what, the cockatoos? Or
Yeah. Well, Rip Rip Woodchip, that's one of my better known songs. The first melody is from a butcher bird. Over the hill they go, killing another mountain.
So the whistle bit in Cootamundra Waddle, did you steal that from a bird?
Yeah, that was
So it goes...
that was from a currawong.
Hang on. So that's a currawong.
Kind of.
Have you got any songs that start with this?
what about...
Technically, Alan, every Jimmy Barnes song. All right, let's move on to Songs of the Sea. For 1 point. The seaside song of longing, My Island Home, made Christine Arnoux a household name, yes.
Neil Murray.
Neil Murray wrote it.
The question was going to be, and I'll throw it to this side, which band originally recorded the song?
Warumpi Band.
The Warumpi Band, yes, well done.
Nice.
For 2 points, Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote a whole musical named after an ocean, yes.
South Pacific.
Yes. The rest of the question...
No,
Go on.
I know, I went too early, but there you go.
I'll ask the rest of the question to this side.
Oh, God.
According to the South Pacific song, when and where might you meet a stranger?
Some enchanted
Some
evening.
Some enchanted evening, you might meet a stranger. 3 points left for the final question. Local lads Australian Crawl took the surfer scene to the masses. Have a look at this graphic. Name their first 3 albums. Yes, this side.
Sometimes, when you're not from here originally, you imagine that the people who are from here will know, and then you realise that one of them is very young and the other one isn't from here. So,
The Boys Laid Up, could that be one of them?
Yes, that is actually one of them, Jimeoin.
is one of them self-titled?
No, it's not.
Oh!
You've got one more guess, though.
Best of.
It was a good guess, but it didn't do it. So I'm going to go to this side.
Sirocco?
Sirocco, yes.
And Sons of Beaches.
Yes, there it is. 2 points to Miff, 1 point left.
There must be a best of.
Before we go any further, I want to talk to Leah about your video clip for September Song.
Yeah.
It's on a boat,
Yeah.
and it's just this gorgeous clip of you and it kind of looks like you and your friends are just getting drunk on a boat.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Can you do that in a video clip?
Yeah, you can, but the editing process, trying to edit out all the booze bottles and champagne glasses, because it was, you know, the song goes for 3.5 minutes and we're on the boat for 5 hours, but it was really hard to find footage for 3 minutes without anybody want to drink in there.
There's amazing footage of the guy driving the boat. And you just see, because clearly you needed just that atmospheric shot of the guy in charge, and this guy's driving, and you just see his hand go down, and just as it comes up in the shot, cuts. And I love the fact that your song is being used for the Northern Territory tourism campaign. Are they using the video clip as well? Because I would have thought a whole bunch of drunk people on a boat is exactly what the Northern Territory is all about.
You just cut back and forth between that and shots of Crocs.
Well, that's pretty much what they did, and they just got some models instead. And
Really?
Yeah.
No Catherine's Gorge.
Imagine that, visit Catherine Gorge. I'm over here.
All right, at the end of the first round, the scores are Alan, Leah, Jimeoin are on 2 points, Smith, John, Dave in front, 9 points. Each team will be given 3 artists and 3 interesting facts. You have to match the artist to the fact. Alan, Leah, Jimeoin, your stars are mascara-clad 80s darlings, The Cure, long-haired 90s American rockers, The Black Crowes, and leather-jacketed New York punks, The Ramones. You have to match them to their previous band names, which are Greasy Little Toes, The Tangerine Puppets, and Goat Band. Which of those bands had which of those names?
Well, I'm going to start off. I think the Ramones are Greasy Little Toes.
Why is that?
Because New York garage band, I imagine they probably did rehearse in garages when, you know, there used to be quite a lot of oil on the ground of the garages. I'm losing the will to live.
So who do you reckon Greasy Little Toes are?
The Ramones, top right-hand side.
There's only 4 of them. There's 5 in The Cure, 5 toes. There's 5 Black Crowes.
Yeah, well, if we go on that then, there are 4 legs on the goat. And there are 4 Ramones, and there is a tangerine on the puppet.
I have a funny feeling that the Tangerine is either The Cure or the Ramones.
Well, that guy's got red hair
Which one?
from The Cure.
Oh, yeah.
So, tangerine.
Tangerine.
Cupboards, jaundice.
This is all good stuff.
I think The Cure are the Tangerine Puppets.
I have to disagree and say I think the Cure are Goat Band. Because I think Tangerine Puppets are the Black Crowes. Because there's a sort of psychedelic aspect to them.
I'm with whatever you reckon.
You're just giving in.
I am. I have no idea.
Yes, I'm with Alan. I'm giving in. I'm giving in.
Leah's whole face is just saying, I wish I was drunk on a boat right now. Al?
Yeah, look, that's what I reckon. I reckon
Okay.
the Ramones because of the garage thing, the Cure because goats, that's what I'm saying, and Black Crowes because the Tangerine Puppets is the one that's left.
OK, I can tell you, you got one of those right.
Oh,
The Cure were the Goat Band. The Black Crowes were Greasy Little Toes. And the Ramones were the Tangerine Puppets.
Oh, my God.
Which would have made them Joey Tangerine Puppet, Dee Dee Tangerine Puppet and Johnny Tangerine Puppet. By the way, you can still see Greasy Little Toes anytime Angus and Julia Stone are on stage.
I'd like to apologise.
That's fine.
Mick, John and Dave, your artists are the band that were Free Fallin', Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, yeah.
The band that asked us not to forget about them, Simple Minds. And the band that told us love would tear us apart, Joy Division. Their previous band's names are Johnny and the Self-Abusers,
Oh, my God.
The Stiff Kittens, and Mud Crutch.
You know, we had a mud crutch and we used to have that slip and slide on that bit of plastic in the summer, and you'd get on your Speedos and you'd slide as a kid, then you go to the nature strip and all the mud would go on your crutch.
You are right.
Yeah, so who would have experienced that? Jim Kerr in Scotland?